It's only that in the staircases, in the train stations,
Disappointed me. Well, my bike got stolen.
It's the consideration for parents.
Hi guys, it's Miku from Asian Glow in Japan. In this video, I'm going to interview foreigners in Japan, what they liked about Japan and things they did not like. On our YouTube channel, we interview both foreigners and Japanese people in Japan. So if you're interested in Japan or thinking of visiting Japan one day, please hit the subscribe button and keep updated with our more contents. All right, let's find out. Okay, so thank you for your cooperation and your time. Where are you from?
we're from Germany.
Germany. How long have you been in Japan so far?
We're here since Tuesday.
This Tuesday.
This
So
Tuesday.
a little less than a week.
Yes.
So how have you been enjoying Japan so far?
We really enjoyed it. It's Tokyo is overwhelming.
Overwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but
any
it's really beautiful and so calm at the same time, and there are always so many details here. I especially enjoy the shrines and the temples because you
right.
get some oasis in the middle of the city center.
Nice.
It's so quiet here. So it's quiet
is it?
and it's so clean. It's much more cleaner than in Europe. So it's it's a big contrast.
Oh, I think like a lot of like foreigners say like streets are clean
Yes,
compared to like
it's-
other countries.
It is definitely.
Interesting. So like other than Tokyo, have you ever been to like other cities or like are you planning to go to like somewhere else?
We will leave in 2 hours for Osaka.
Shoot. Nice.
We stay 2 days in Osaka and then move on to Kyoto for a week, and then we travel to Takayama and some days in the Alps, so in Okuhira and then Matsumoto, and then back to Tokyo and back to Germany.
Oh, nice.
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yes.
Oh, that's quite a long like holiday or
Yes,
something.
it is.
Nice. I think like definitely you will see like a lot of different like vibes like in those places compared to like in Tokyo, especially Osaka. Like I think people say that like people there are quite relaxed and chill,
Okay.
like less overwhelming. So I think like you'll enjoy it there as well.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah. All right. So next question is, what have you enjoyed the most in Japan?
I think the people, the culture of hospitality is
Yeah, it's
really
so friendly.
nice. And everyone is minding their own business, keeping their own places, but you still can ask everyone as a foreigner, even if you don't speak English, even if they don't speak English, and we of course do not speak Japanese. So everyone is really kind, trying to point where to go, and that's lovely. So it's definitely the people.
So that doesn't really happen in Europe.
I think it would happen, but I think it's a little bit different. The culture of hospitality, just people really want to show around the things they have here and really inviting you in. That's so lovely.
Interesting. Any opinion on that?
I guess I have to agree. Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Have
It was
to.
really-
All right, interesting. So this might be the last question. I've just asked you like the good part of Japan, but is there anything that sort of like disappointed you in Japan? If there's anything.
It's only that in the staircases, in the train stations, they switch from we used to be on the left side, and then at some point it is on the right side. So that was a bit confusing, and yeah, that's so we learned the rules and tried to
Yeah.
follow them, and now it's
Yeah, like there's a lot of like unsaid rules like in Japan, so it's kind of hard for you to figure out and like follow the rules, I think.
I guess most of them. It's okay to it's easy to understand them, to follow them. You just have to look at the other people, what they are doing,
Yeah.
and then it's fine. Just I was confused why it's switching the sides, but otherwise I don't have any negative points right now.
Okay. You too, like you don't really see like any
No, I
negative
I don't see anything that is negative. It's something that I would wish for in bigger countries and bigger cities as well. That would be to be more open for people that maybe sit in a wheelchair. For example, they couldn't go over there to the temple because they have stairs, but this is an issue in Europe as well. But I would really wish for people to be more able to join and see everything because it's so pretty.
Nice. So like since you mentioned that like staircases like left or right thing, in Tokyo, I'm talking about like escalators. People are supposed to on the left side of escalators.
Yeah.
But when you go to Osaka or Kyoto, like Kansai area, it's the completely opposite. So you should be aware of that as well.
We
Yeah.
already learned. I have
Okay.
my company has a location here as well. So I met a colleague and I was like, Sam, give me some insights. What are the hidden things we need to know? And he said, just remember when going to Osaka, you need to switch.
That's the only advice that he gave you.
Yeah, because the rest we try to prepare and read a lot to not bother anyone.
I think it doesn't really bother though. Like it's just you are so foreign to like the country and the rules. So I think like people will be welcoming you, like accept you. So I hope you don't really like worry about it, or yeah.
No, we just think it's important to return the favor of hospitality so that we, when coming here, have an idea how the system works and how the rule works. And everyone is really happy if you go inside the shop and not saying hi or hello and be like, konnichiwa. They really...
Japanese.
3 words.
Well, anyways, that was a really good interview. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for your cooperation and your time.
Of course.
Where are you from?
I'm from America.
Oh, America. I love the States.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you been?
I've been there for just traveling for a holiday and stuff, but I've never studied or anything.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, first of all, how long have you been in Japan?
6 months?
6 months. So you're living here?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. Like you're the first person that I've interviewed today, that actually live here.
Really?
So, yeah.
Oh.
They're all tourists, especially in this kind of area, sightseeing places and shit, right?
That makes sense.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
my
yeah.
first time here.
Oh yeah.
I've never been to Asakusa before.
So where do you live in Tokyo?
I live in Okayama.
Okayama. Oh, so you came here all the way from Okayama,
Yes.
taking Shinkansen and stuff.
Well, I took a night bus.
Oh, I see. It's much cheaper, right?
Yes.
So, what brought you to Japan?
I thought it would be fun.
That's it? And you're just I'm out of the States. I'm
Pretty
going
much.
to Japan.
The thing about the States is that the cost of living is going up, and medical care is very expensive. Raising children is not very realistic unless you have a high wage. And I thought, if I am going to live a life as an adult where I'm independent and I'm also enjoying myself, I'm able to travel, I can afford leisure activities, I think moving somewhere like here where the cost of living is much lower, even if the wages are a bit lower, it's more realistic here because there's social safety nets and medical expenses aren't so high and things like that. There's childcare opportunities. So, I figured this would be the better opportunity or the better place to move long term. So I thought I'd test it out, live here for a year, see how I feel, and I think I'll stay. So far, that's how I feel.
Nice. So, what have you enjoyed about Japan so far? The most fun experience or best experience?
Well, let's see. I've done a lot of traveling. I've been to Hiroshima 3 times. I really like Hiroshima.
The Genbaku dorm?
Yes. Genbaku Dome.
Oh,
I
you speak
quite-
Japanese.
Yes, I do.
Awesome.
I like pretty much everything in Hiroshima I've seen has been awesome. I went to Miyajima twice, which is great. Fried momiji is the best thing ever. Tokyo's cool. I enjoy Tokyo. My girlfriend lives in Ibaraki, so I've been there a couple times. Very beautiful place. Everything I've seen so far has been gorgeous, to be honest. Japan it's exactly like they say in the advertisements. You know what I mean?
So wait, is your girlfriend a Japanese person or
Yes.
okay? So you were in an international relationship,
Yes. Well, it's domestic here.
right? But so since you mentioned that, I want to ask you, what are some things that you have to overcome or face in that sort of relationship? Is there any hardships?
No.
No.
It has been very easy.
Yeah, no cultural differences or language barrier.
Not really. She's a very weird person. So it's very easy to get along with her because I'm also a very weird person.
I don't think so. You're really cool and chill.
Well, you can be weird and also cool and chill.
true. That's
These are non-mutually exclusive things.
That's true. All right. So so this might be the last question, but so we've been talking about the good side of Japan, what you've been enjoying. So is there anything that's kind of disappointed you about Japan?
Disappointed me. My bike got stolen in my first month that I lived here.
That happened to me as well.
I bought a bike because I needed it for my commute, And then I very foolishly was late to work one day and I had to get on the train. So I, instead of parking my bike in like those safe like parking lots under the station, I just left it at Marunaka in front, just like sitting in front of it. And somebody took it. When I came back, it was gone. But the police found it in 4 days.
Oh, really?
And I got my bike back.
Oh, that's great.
So it was one of the negatives of Japan, but soon became a positive of Japan, which is that they actually found your bike. I found my bike. In the U.S., they don't find your bike if you lose it.
That's true. Like
If you report a missing bike, goodbye to your bike.
the police doesn't really give a shit.
Yeah, you're never going to see that again. Even if they do give a shit, it's just that we don't register our bikes like you do here, right? There's no registration card. You don't have to get insurance for it, right? You just have a bike. It's just like a thing you own. So unless somebody like happens to find it and turns it into the station, you're never going to see it again.
Interesting. All right. I think like that's about it. Like, thank you for your time.
Of course.
All right. Thank you for your time and cooperation. So where are you originally from?
We're from Wisconsin in the United States.
Oh, United States. So you too.
Yep.
Okay. So how long have you been in Japan?
2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks. And so like you're leaving Japan like quite soon.
Yep, next week.
How was Japan so far? How did you enjoy it?
Tag, you're it. You go first.
It's been incredible. I actually work with the Japanese immersion program back home.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's kind of funny because a lot of things that I thought people were just kind of over-exaggerating have been kind of true. Like, it's been really fun being here and getting to talk with locals and find like all the little fun local spots. We've been trying to stay away from tourist spots because then, it's just kind of, it's overpacked and then half the time it's not as fun and it's not as interesting. But it's been just absolutely incredibly fun. And there's been so much I've gotten to learn and so much I've gotten to do. It's been amazing.
Nice. How about you?
I mean, I'm 100% on the same boat. We took Japanese in school when we were younger, and my husband got to go on an exchange trip and come here for school for a while, and I didn't get to go at the time. So now it's been many years since, and we finally got to come back.
Okay.
We were the two who got left behind.
It's been lovely. No, both of us.
We got left behind on the
And I literally then worked as a bilingual teacher. Like, nope, no, I didn't go to Japan.
And then I worked at a Japanese summer camp, and we've both been kind of like, so we're doing this, but we've never gone to Japan. Okay, that's fair. So we finally decided we just had to go to Japan.
Okay. So do you mean like both of you guys like speak Japanese like to an extent?
To an extent, yeah.
I'm going to go with past tense for me.
So the program I work at, I teach children Japanese, but I teach a lot of the beginner levels. So it's very funny. I don't talk to a lot of adults normally. So most of my conversations are things like, Ichiban suki no doubutsu wa nan desu ka? But then I come here and I'm like, oh, I have to have an actual like otana no kaiwa.
Right.
And that's a little different because most grown-ups don't want to be like, do you really like whales? I like whales. I like the color red. And then I'm like, oh, I have to have a real conversation. Oh boy. So it's been really fun.
It's a total different thing.
Different.
I see. Okay. So the next question is, what kind of cultural shock has Japan given to you in this trip?
Oh, I have a whole ramble about
How
this.
do you organize this in a narrative way? Yeah.
I've
Where do you want to start? Go
weird.
for it.
This is the one that's weird for me. Okay, I'm not a parent, but I've been noticing it's the consideration for parents in this country is so much better than in our country. And it would be really weird things like I went into a bathroom stall and there was a little seat in the corner and I was like, they actually thought about the fact that sometimes a parent is carrying a child and might need to set that child down if they're by themselves and need to use the restroom. And I'm like, that's so basic and so thoughtful. And I hate that something so basic and thoughtful is like culture shock. Oh my God. And then there was also in, I think it was Kyoto Station, there was a whole, it was kind of like those work cubicles that you sometimes see where you can rent it out, but it was a cubicle for parents. And it was if you went in there, you could bottle feed, you could breastfeed, you could change your child. It also even had dads were welcome on that. So if you needed a quick, quiet space in the middle of this crazy Shinkansen area, you could go in there and it meant that like a parent could actually have a moment to take care of their child or like calm their child down and without it being this huge overstimulating thing for the child. And I was like, again, that's so easy.
So like those things like do not really exist in your country back home in the States.
No, it's hard to find a changing table
It's
that like both
inconsistent.
genders can access. Like they'll put them usually in women's bathrooms, but men, if they're taking care of their baby, most of the time they can't find a bathroom where they can change the baby without having to put the baby on like the bathroom floor, and that's terrible. So this whole time I've been like, what do you mean they actually take care of parents here? That's so like awesome to me. So that's been my weird, huge culture shock. Just I keep noticing things where they're just like, this would be easier for parents. I'm like, it would cost like $10 to put one of those baby seats in a cubicle back home, but we don't even bother to think about it.
So maybe it will be a good option for you to have a baby and grow them up, like in the future, maybe.
Don't give her ideas.
I'm not even like trying
She's
to.
got work to do back home. Don't give her ideas. I am actually pregnant right now, so I have been
congratulations.
noticing all of these things also, and really appreciating
That's
them.
why I've been noticing.
I think that's why, we're kind of in that spot. So, and I mean, even just like we've been walking down this lovely avenue and seeing like kids' plates made of ceramic instead of like bounceable off the floor plastic. It's like, you know what, this is a very simple thing to expect a child to be able to take care of and to actually have a culture where you're going to do that.
So the consideration of Japanese people are really
Just like
next level, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I feel like in the States sometimes they put children into a bubble a little too much. And here they're expecting to have a better sense of other people when they're out in the world, a better sense of the space they take up, what they're doing, how they're interacting, and I really appreciate that.